Hey there, Titans. In this video, we will view how to post a message to a Titan form. Alright, so we're just going to do this in the simplest way possible, and we've done this in the past connected to Salesforce, and we still have some questions on how to do it. So we're just going to do it in the simplest way. We're going to have a simple HTML file, and we'll post a message from here into an embedded form on this page. So let's start with the form itself. What we're going to do is put in a text box, and we'll post into this text box. Alright, so let's just do this as a text. And what we will do is head over to our form, view more, limits, post message, configure, and we're going to say we will allow from all domains. Typically, it would just allow from your domain that you're going to embed the form within. In my instance, I'm running it locally. I'm just going to do a star for all domains, and tell Titan I would like this to be allowed to be post to. I'm going to give this a param name. Sorry, we want the text, and we're going to do some text. This is going to be the parameter name in our JSON. Next thing I'll do is I'll do a simple search on Google, post message form Titan, and I have the information here, how to do it, what I just done in the video, and what I see here. We need to have a JSON object, a stringify the name, whatever the parameter is, in our instance some text, and we want to pass in the value. And we're looking for something that's called content window on the iframe, and on the content window we have a JavaScript post message function that we need to pass in the data and give it our URL, and our instance the star. Alright, so let's take a look. What we will do is publish this. I'll embed this in iframe, grab the iframe, go to my beautiful HTML here, and what I will do is add the iframe here. So let's just add a div, and we'll put the form Titan iframe here. So I see it has an ID. Everything is great. Let's take a look at our page locally, and I have the page. This is the embedded form, and nothing is happening since I didn't do anything yet. So let's head back to my code and add some script. So let's say we'll do the following. So we're going to add the script, and we're going to give it a function. So let's say we'll do send the text, and we can even receive a parameter here. Let's say we're going to receive a value. We'll do on key up, and what we will do here is find the iframe, get the content window, and post whatever it is we want to post. So let's first do this. So let's find the iframe. So what we will do is const ft frame iframe equals, let's do document get element by ID, and we're looking for this one right here. This is our iframe ID. I'm gonna grab this, put it in here. Now we have the ft frame, and then basically what we will do is ft frame dot the content window that we want to post onto. Our next thing is we'll be building the data. So we're gonna do late data send equals an object, and now we're going to use the value that we used before, and it could be a much more complex object. We can post into multiple elements on the Titan screen. In our instance, we're just going to keep it very simple. So we're going to head back to our limits, configure. Basically, we want to pass in some text, and if we had more stuff here, we'll be able to pass it as well. So what we're looking for to do is do some text, and the value will be val that we're got in this method. And our next thing to do is FD frame, FD iframe. This will be posting the data to Titan form. We have, and then what we will do is FD iframe dot content window and what we want to do is post message, and then we want to send out the data to send, just to make sure this is a JSON format. So we're going to say JSON.stringify, and we're going to pass in our data to send, and we'll pass in the star here as well. The only thing we have to do is call this method. So we're going to go to our input, and we're going to say onKeyUp equals, and we're going to say send some text, and we're going to say this dot value. So every time somebody lifts the key up, it will send the value to this method. This method will send it to the FD iframe. All right, let's see if this works. So we're going to head back to our form, refresh it, and we're going to write some text, and watch this. Titan is really cool. So basically what's happening here is every time I pick up with a key and push it down and pick it up, it goes to form Titan. It goes to our function here and constructs the data, finds the form Titan iframe, goes to the content window and posts a message with a stringified data to send. In the same way, we could do something different. So let's say we get rid of this and we'll build it a little bit more complex, and we say, let's just create another function here, send data to Titan, and we're going to receive data. And what we will do here is what we've done here. Just grab this, great, and let's add, let's say, another input, and let's change this label 4. We're going to do some text 2, and let's add, let's say, a button, and we're going to call this click. I'm going to say click to post to Titan, and on click we're going to call some function. Let's say we'll say whatever, click function, whatever. Obviously you're going to make this a lot smarter than this. This is just a sample, and we're going to call this, we don't need any parameters from here, and then we're just going to build the data. So basically we're going to say let's say const val1 text1 equals, I'm going to say again fd document get element by ID, and we're going to get, and we're going to change this to our some text 1. All right, so we're going to grab this guy, we're going to say that value, then we're going to say the same thing for text 2, and this one is some text 2 that value, and then we're just going to build our JSON here. So let's say we're gonna add another, let's do a hidden, just for the fun of it. Call this hidden data, and we're gonna head back to our post, and we're gonna say we're allowing this hidden data, and we'll hit apply and save. I'm gonna head back to our little HTML here, and now we're gonna say some text goes to text1, and we're gonna say hidden, let's just make sure we get this correct. So hidden data goes to text2. That's that. The only thing we need to do is do send to form titan. Let's put it under our comment here, and we're gonna pass in json.stringify. We actually don't need to because we're stringified here, so we're just gonna change this to this and put it here, and if all is well, it should work. So we see the hidden. Let's write something, nothing's gonna happen, only whenever I press this. So if I press this now, okay, press this now, I get the values here. Now you understand the power of this. Obviously, when you use it with Salesforce, you can pass in your IDs, and according to that ID, you can run a quick get to Salesforce. So let's say hypothetically, if I will trigger a get integration from that hidden, so let's say I want to grab an account, and my condition will be account ID equals to, you know what, let's leave it like that, some hidden data, and I'll hit apply, and then I can run some mapping. So let's say I'll bring in another text, we'll say account name, and we'll say, what else do I have over there? Let's say a drop down, and this will be the account type. You know what, let's map that to a text as well. So this will be the account type, and I'll head back to my Salesforce get. So my account name will be name, and account type will be type, and apply and finish. And let me just log into Salesforce and grab we'll grab an account ID. So let's say this guy, switch it to Lightning. All right, so I grabbed the account ID, and what I'm looking for is to make this work. So we're gonna refresh, and we see our new stuff here, and what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna, in the second text, since I'm passing it into this hidden, I'll click it, and once it's passed, you can see Titan ran and got data for that account. And you see how cool this is, that you don't need to even pass anything, the parameters of the iframe. You can just post the data to Titan, and the rest Titan will do for you. And this is how it's done.